Well, this one's going to be easy, I think. Here we are, backstage, Team Lodge Studio, 50th South Dakota Governor's Walleye Cup. And Mason and Nick are here. I think they've become regulars on the show and backstage, which is great. You got to have your regulars, right?
I had your job actually at the Bass Cup. I was over there.
How did you feel about that?
I liked it up until takeoff, and I could hear all those motors running, and I was really upset to be sitting right there. Like really upset for at least a solid 25 minutes.
I understand, even though it was bass, right?
Even though it was bass.
It catches fish, it catches fish.
Nick grew up a bass kid.
I did.
Yeah, right. Well, that's what I heard.
Omaha.
It makes a ton of sense.
If I can catch a bass in an Omaha metro lake, I think I can do it like Walleye. I've caught like 3 master anglers just to practice. So.
Isn't that something? You know, somebody asked me the other day about, hey, you know, you're pretty good at not catching fish. I'm like, I know I used to be, but I think the fish are not in the lake like they were.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't spend a lot of time on Hawaii because when you get older, like me, little gray hair, you know, you don't want to be out there on the water by yourself. Smaller boat, smaller motor kind of thing, you know, whatever the excuse. Okay, here's the deal. I found out that my hate for heat and mosquitoes and wind are larger than my love for fishing.
Chasen, I was in at 9 o'clock this morning. I wasn't tolerating the weather.
Yep, right. Well, this
you was at work.
I'm going to tell you, she was bipolar. Mother Nature was just, it's like, are you kidding? Like, we look at the radar, nothing there. Raining. But there's nothing on the radar. It was the weirdest thing today. It was really, really odd. So what is today going to do to fishing tomorrow?
Well, when you look at it, again, I was out there too, and there was a little bit of rain up north, kind of up near that northern boundary, but really, it was kind of interesting. I was driving, like I said, 9 o'clock, 9:30, I was driving back, and it was pouring, raining, storming on the highway, and you look out at the lake, and I never got a drop on me when I was on the water. But I put it on the trailer and I got soaked. So that seemed a little backwards too.
Yeah, it is a little weird. Talk boundaries a little bit because we haven't really talked that much. You know, how important is the boundary going to be? North and south?
Very important. North boundary is going to be very important.
Yep.
I'm going to guess the majority of the field is going to they're going to the north boundary. That's I no doubt about that.
I think that makes a ton of sense because the fish just really haven't had a reason to come south. Right.
Yep.
Right.
So the numbers are north.
And even it'll be interesting too because we do not have the mini conju boundary this year as well. The entire Cheyenne River arm is open.
Right.
So some of those, I mean, there's a couple spots back there that folks might be interested in, especially if you're going to see so much boat traffic going north. That's just a little bit more real estate that folks might try to go and try to get away from the pack too. So
how's the water temperature going to play into it? We've got warmer water. We could cool down a little bit, so maybe that temperature's tempered because it was 60 something, and then it jumped into to 70 or a little above 70, 72. Where's it at? Where was it today?
that would imply that I looked.
Oh, you didn't even look.
I don't know.
Really?
There's fish in the water. It's not like it wasn't going today or tomorrow. I don't know where we were.
Water temperature.
I honestly don't look at the water temperature like at all.
Really doesn't matter. You know, you're out there fishing, you fish.
And
I look because I do.
And you got to remember, I mean, there's, 50, 60, 70 feet of water. I mean, it ain't.
It's not what it is.
That surface temp is very deceiving. You look at that on a hot day, it's, oh my God, it's 90 degrees.
Right.
No, it's not. It's 70 degrees, 6 inches down.
In a shallow basin in eastern South Dakota, okay, yeah, I get it. You're in Oakwood, it's 7, 8, 9, 10 feet, maybe 12 because it's come up now. Okay. You got a warm fish in your hand, I get it. But like I always tell people out here, if you really want to know what the water temperature is, if you pull the fish out to 25 feet, take your infrared and see what the temperature of that fish is, because that's what the temperature of the water is down there.
Are you working for the TSA now or what? I mean, I'm carrying infrared out in the boat. I'm lucky to have a hook on half.
I've showed everybody, here is this is the winner.
I like that a lot.
Everybody's talking, well, you got to do a bass presentation to catch the walleye. How about salmon?
There we go.
Squid. The only problem with this that I'm going to admit is that it's a half ounce and it should be 3/4. Now here's the other thing.
A little bit better.
Here's the other deal. Now, I have said in every backstage interview from the Team Lodge studio, I love the plugs, that it can win, but I got to get somebody to fish it first. And nobody's taken me up on it yet. So it's sitting here waiting. There is a pink and white version and a black and purple version.
I'll tell you what, you get Kurt to let us keep 9, and the second that we have number 8 on, I will throw that baby down.
Okay,
How's
there you
that
go.
sound? How's that
There you go. Okay, all right. Yeah, it's a deal.
Might
So,
have to change state law, but I will do that for you.
do we want to change state law? Because
I don't know that that's the route I want to go down.
Yeah, exactly, because I hear there's a thing out there right now, and I so bad want to go there, but we'll let that sleeping dog lie.
Let's maybe let that squid sit at the bottom.
One last quick thing here, because we got a lot of auctioneering going on in the background. The Calcutta's happening. Had a chance to talk to Tyson and Dewey about weight. What's it going to take to win the tournament?
To win's going to be interesting.
That one I'm not sure about what it'll win.
Right. You know, the midsection above the boundaries has a lot larger fish that are going. I mean, last week at the Hill tournament, we saw 10s. We saw a lot of 10s.
Right.
A lot of 10s.
Yep.
We're not going to see the numbers of 10s down here. We're not.
Just not.
I think your big fish are going to be around that 6 to 8 pounds.
Makes sense.
And the big fish are incredibly hard to pattern right now. The slots, not so much, but the big fish are definitely tough to pattern. The smaller overs, maybe not so much, but getting to that 24, 25, 26 range, it's tough to get there right now.
Yeah, right. Well, and you got the unders, those the 15s, 16s, 17s, 18s, 19s. They're just bigger and heavier than they have been in the past. This year they're quite thick, and I think it's those fish that were in deeper water that have been able to really just, they had their free will at foraging, and they just got fat because they were hanging out. And look at the bait balls. I mean, everywhere from what everybody says, I fish the Whitlock area up to Morrow, and my goodness, there are bait balls everywhere. And then I'm guessing that we're seeing some pods of perch because we're starting to see some of those groups of I'm guessing perch because we're catching perch.
We know where there's a very
I believe there's a very large perch spawn in the midsection.
And changing state law might be a little bit harder, but if we can get Kurt to take the boundary off right now, we will be there tomorrow.
Yeah, we would be there. No doubt about it. Exactly where we be.
I get it. Yeah, it's going to be tough. When we talked to Tyson and Dewey, and I had told Dewey, I said, I don't even want to commit because I just don't have a clue, and I'm not that smart, but I generally am able to at least give a guess, but they kind of forced me into one, and I'm going 38.5, but
I would say you're pretty close.
I would say you're close. I'll maybe give you a little bit more. It really depends. You talk like those 15, 16, 17s. I'm going to tell you right now,
if you have those in the bag,
if you better have 2 10s if you're even thinking you're going to be playing.
Isn't that the truth? Yes.
Yeah.
Right on.
I mean, honestly, we're not boxing a fish unless it's 2 pounds.
Yeah.
Well, you have to make that plan. We were talking about that off mic with Tyson and Dewey. I said, gee, we should get into that conversation a little bit because people don't understand how hard it is. You catch your fish. It doesn't mean you throw it in the box.
Right. I'm going to tell you right now, if we don't bring 6 fish tomorrow, it is not because we only caught 6 fish. It is because
you didn't keep.
They weren't the 18, 19.
Yep. And we don't. If it's not 18 inches, I don't want it. And even those 18s, I don't really want it.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, unless it hits over that 2 pounds, it's got to go over.
It better look like me if it's going to be.
Yeah, right. Yeah, day 1 will give us the answer on how day 2 is going to go.
Yeah.
And how aggressive guys are in keeping fish, and how maybe a little less calculated,
right?
That kind of thing. So be interesting to see.
Yeah,
and even last year, I mean, we just weren't seeing the numbers of 18, 19 inches, 20 inches right now. I'm gonna be honest, I'm mortified to catch a 20.5 incher. I really am.
Yeah, no doubt.
I'm really mortified.
Because I'm not hearing a whole lot of it from people like, we went out and got a 20 incher. No, it's 26, it's 24, it's 28, it's 30, 15, 17, a lot of 17 to 19s. But the elusive 20 and 21 are, that could be the game changer.
Yep. It could be. It really could be. And speaking on the boundary again too, the South region has very, very fat fish, fatter than the North region.
Really? Oh, no kidding.
I mean, you're seeing 19 inches in the South region that hit 3 pounds, over 3 pounds.
That's a big 19.
The problem with it is patterning anything south.
It's not.
It's not going. It's tough, and if someone goes south and gets 12 fish, they are probably going to win this.
Yep.
That's for
They're
sure.
So,
But I don't have the confidence to run south because I don't know that 12 fish would hit the scales.
I think you'll have maybe a 20-pound bag one day,
One
Yeah.
day. Yep.
but I don't think you're gonna. I think you'll have 5 the next.
so who's going to go south? I haven't seen Justin and Melissa here. Are they here? I can't even remember if they're in the Cup this
Yeah,
year.
I thought I saw them.
Okay, because I think they are. My memory's getting old.
Well, there's also 400 people out here
Yeah,
chasing.
right. Yeah, exactly. So will they go south? I don't know. They're notorious for going south on just about any body of water.
I will tell you, guiding after we filled the limit, I said, "Do we want to go pre-fish?" We had 4 fish, and I said, "Hey, I got 4 nice ones. If you want to go, we can go see if we get you a big one." And we would have had a 21-pound bag himself.
Wow,
A couple weeks
no
ago.
kidding. Okay.
But I would
Well,
have had a
anything is
21-pound bag.
possible. Anything is possible tomorrow and Sunday. So, Nick Harrington, thank you very much. Mason from the Bob Propst Senior lineage, thank you very much. It's great to have you fellas. Good luck, and I hope we get to talk to you while you're on the water tomorrow. We haven't even talked about hooking that up.
I don't
I'm
think
gonna
you're gonna hear
text
from us
you, but
tomorrow.
you ain't gonna be live with me.
Yeah.
I might text you.
Okay, well, that's fine. We'll take the text.
I
appreciate
I
it.
will text you on Kurt, but I don't think we're gonna have service.
Yeah, I think it's probably going to be pretty tough. We'll see. Maybe that's why we haven't even talked about it yet.
Yep.
Nick Mason, thank you very much. Backstage, the Team Lodge studio here at the 50th South Dakota Governor's Walleye Cup.